Good morning, audio update for all the markets. It is November 27th. It is 8:47 a.m. Eastern Time. No change to the model outlook for the grain markets, gold, dollar, the energy markets, which were recently revised to be in line with a chance for more bullishness, and no change to bond prices. We'll update again on Monday, and again we may do the weekly update on the stock market by no later than Sunday night. All right, let's take a look at the stock market. The stock market in theory bottomed yesterday, but we can see it was actually too late for bottom for a level 4 move. Doesn't surprise us when they trade on an actual holiday. I'll call that extended hours. That trade is normally meaningless, and it is disruptive. It normally doesn't fit well with the model. We're throwing it out, and so it looks like it actually bottomed the prior day, and the trend is up into a top due now to probably no later than first half of Sunday night trade. A level 4 bottom is due near the end of the Sunday night trade, or actually it would be early Monday trade. And the bottom can occur anytime in Monday. This kind of suggests a soft start to next week's trade. Now, we still have a conflict that we're concerned the market just wants to keep rallying into year end, if not January. But it really should set back for better completion of a level 3 intra-month bottom that would actually be better for the more important level 2 bottom that could lead to a rally into January. So we would like to see this market consolidate a bit more, pull back, but as we stated towards the end of or before the holiday, that there's a good chance we're not going to see the 3400s, the 3300s in the S&P 500. The 3500s will be support here, that it's quite possible this market is over and done with. They're trying to go lower here. So here's hoping that we got our fingers crossed that we can get a little more of a sideways pull here into next week, and then we think it's probably going to be up and away into January. Now on the news side, nothing more on the economy, the virus. We'll have to see how that goes. Normally what would occur is we would get a slump in the number of cases because of people just not going to the doctor on the holiday. And they do the same thing for the weekend. So you get this weekly fluctuation. And then, however, if people were misbehaving going into the holiday or through the holiday, then you see this greater crowd, if you will, knocking on the doors of the doctors after the holiday. So we can get a bounce next week. And we just don't know with this third wave, it is time for it to end now into the week of December 18th. And we'll just have to see what we get out of that. And in addition, we have no way of forecasting whether we will get a fourth wave in January, February, but it's certainly the right time of year for it. Now, over on the political side, if I read it correctly this morning, President Trump said that if he loses in the Electoral College, he will leave peacefully. And I think that should encourage the stock market. I think the stock market is now far more interested on what's going on with the actual economy, and is this virus scare going to create problems? At any rate, I still I favor nibbling at stocks, keep building positions, even though it could pull back still a sizable amount in the next 2 to 3 weeks and then rally. I'm thinking there's just no supply here, that most of the weak holders sold out going into the election. They've been scrambling to get back in, and there's just really no fresh supply here. I think they're very convinced next year will be a good year for the stock market, good year for the economy. We're going to beat the virus and so forth, and we're getting past all the political stuff, and we basically got a refreshed U.S. of America here for the next 4 years. All right, so manage your risk, wealth, as others, and I hope you're having a great Thanksgiving holiday weekend. But if you are trying to monitor the markets here, yes, I still have my fingers crossed for some kind of consolidation to continue here into next week. But I am concerned this market has rested near record highs. It's built new upside potential, And pretty soon the buyers are going to realize we just can't get enough bought here. Whether we like it or not, we're going to have to pay a record high price for it, and the market's going to move higher. So I just don't think the pull down into level 2 is going to work that well, and it's actually poor performance compared to a level 1 top, the history of it, that is. But again, I think something was washed out going into the election on the downside, and I think the market is still kind of healing, getting back to normal here. But I got a feeling people are just going to basically throw in the towel and say, keep on buying the U.S. stock market. I think the global markets look quite strong as well, even in Europe, even though they are at risk of or have fears of a second recession due to the virus. At any rate, it's a little tricky whether I would buy right here, right now. But if I'm behind, if I can do small enough increments, why not? But I think any kind of scale in buying along the way into next week is worth doing here. And then we'll just have to backpedal and get out of some if they want to sell it hard, or if we get some bad news. But I am concerned this market is building pressure here. That pressure is going to release to the upside, and I think there's a good chance December is going to finish as an up month for the U.S. stock market. Thank you.